Have you ever encountered someone who constantly needs to be the center of attention? Someone who thrives on admiration and lacks empathy for others? You might be dealing with a narcissist. Narcissists can be charming and charismatic, but their self-centeredness often leaves you feeling emotionally exhausted. Their need for validation and lack of empathy can take a toll on your well-being. It's like walking on eggshells, never knowing what might trigger their anger. Remember, you're not alone in this struggle. Narcissists often engage in behaviors that aim to control, manipulate, or diminish those around them. They might use gaslighting tactics, making you question your own sanity, or employ emotional blackmail to get their way. These manipulative behaviors can leave you feeling trapped and unsure of how to break free from their grasp. It's essential to understand that you can't change a narcissist. Their deeply ingrained patterns of behavior are often resistant to change. Trying to reason with them, appeal to their empathy, or get them to see your perspective is usually futile and can leave you feeling even more frustrated. Instead of trying to change the narcissist, the key is to focus on protecting yourself. This involves setting firm boundaries, refusing to engage in their games, and prioritizing your own emotional well-being. This is where the gray rock method comes in. This powerful technique can help you manage your interactions with narcissists and minimize the impact of their toxic behavior on your life. It's about becoming emotionally unresponsive, like a gray rock, making yourself an uninteresting target for their manipulative tactics. The gray rock method is not about engaging in a power struggle or trying to win against the narcissist. It's about shifting the dynamic of the relationship by taking away their source of narcissistic supply, your emotional reactions. By understanding the gray rock method and learning how to implement it effectively, you can regain a sense of control in your interactions with narcissists. You can protect your emotional well-being, set healthy boundaries, and navigate these challenging relationships with greater confidence. Imagine a smooth gray rock lying on the ground. It's unremarkable, uninteresting, and easily overlooked. Now picture yourself becoming that gray rock in the presence of a narcissist. This is the essence of the gray rock method, a technique designed to help you manage interactions with narcissists by becoming emotionally unresponsive to their manipulative tactics. The gray rock method works by essentially starving the narcissist of the attention, reactions, and emotional supply they crave. Narcissists thrive on drama, conflict, and emotional responses, whether positive or negative. By becoming emotionally flat and uninteresting, you deprive them of the fuel they need to maintain their manipulative games. Think of it like this: narcissists are like emotional vampires, constantly seeking to drain the energy of those around them. The gray rock method transforms you into a metaphorical garlic clove, repelling their advances and protecting your emotional well-being. When you implement the gray rock method, you're essentially taking away the narcissist's power by refusing to engage in their emotional games. You become a neutral presence, offering minimal information, showing little to no emotional response, and avoiding any behavior that could be perceived as challenging or confrontational. This doesn't mean you have to become a robot or completely shut down emotionally. It's about carefully managing your responses and refusing to feed the narcissist's need for attention and control. You can still be polite and respectful while maintaining your emotional distance. The goal is to create a dynamic where the narcissist finds you utterly uninteresting and moves on to seek their narcissistic supply elsewhere. Remember, you can't control the narcissist's behavior, but you can control how you react to it. The gray rock method requires a level of emotional detachment, which can be challenging, especially if you're dealing with a narcissist you're close to. It's important to remember that detachment doesn't mean you don't care. It's about protecting yourself from their toxic behavior and creating a safe space for your own emotional well-being. Think of it as a survival strategy, a way to navigate a difficult situation while minimizing the damage to your own emotional health. By detaching emotionally, you're not allowing the narcissist to control your feelings or dictate your sense of self-worth. Detachment takes practice and conscious effort, especially if you're used to reacting to the narcissist's provocations. However, with time and commitment, you can master the art of emotional detachment and regain control of your interactions. Implementing the gray rock method effectively requires building a strong emotional fortress around yourself. This fortress acts as a shield, protecting you from the narcissist's attempts to manipulate, control, or belittle you. Think of it as an invisible barrier that deflects their negativity and keeps your emotional core safe. The first step in building this fortress is to cultivate emotional awareness. Pay attention to your feelings and reactions when you're around the narcissist. What triggers you? What tactics do they use to push your buttons? Once you understand your triggers, you can start developing strategies for managing them. This might involve deep breathing exercises, mindfulness techniques, or simply reminding yourself that their behavior is a reflection of their own issues, not yours. The key is to find what works best for you and create a toolkit of coping mechanisms. Section 2. Mastering the Art of Minimalism. One of the core principles of the Gray Rock method is minimalism in communication. This means keeping your interactions with the narcissist as brief, factual, and unemotional as possible. Avoid engaging in lengthy conversations, sharing personal information, or expressing strong opinions, as these can all be used against you by the narcissist. When you do need to communicate, stick to neutral topics like the weather, current events, or logistical details. Avoid topics that are emotionally charged or could lead to conflict. If the narcissist tries to bait you into an argument or drama, resist the urge to engage. Instead, respond with short, unemotional answers or simply excuse yourself from the conversation. Remember, you don't owe the narcissist explanations, justifications, or emotional reactions. Your goal is to disengage from their manipulative tactics and protect your own well-being. Section 3. Navigating conversations like a pro. Conversations with a narcissist can feel like navigating a minefield. One wrong step, and you might trigger an outburst, a guilt trip, or a manipulative tactic. However, with the Gray Rock method, you can learn to navigate these conversations with grace and composure. One effective technique is to use deflective responses. These are statements that redirect the conversation away from emotionally charged topics or personal opinions. For example, if the narcissist starts complaining about something, you could say, "That sounds frustrating," or "I can see why you'd feel that way." These responses acknowledge their feelings without engaging in the drama or offering your own opinions. Another useful technique is to set time limits for conversations. If you know you have to interact with the narcissist, set a specific time frame in your mind and stick to it. Section 4. Setting boundaries with grace. Setting boundaries is crucial when dealing with narcissists. Boundaries are essential for protecting your emotional well-being and preventing the narcissist from taking advantage of you. However, setting boundaries with a narcissist can be challenging, as they often resist any attempts to limit their control or influence. The key is to be firm, consistent, and assertive when communicating your boundaries. Clearly state what you will and will not tolerate, and be prepared to enforce those boundaries with consequences. For example, you might say, "I'm not comfortable discussing this topic," or "I need some space right now." If the narcissist ignores your boundaries, calmly and firmly reiterate them. If they continue to disregard your boundaries, you might need to limit contact or, in some cases, walk away from the relationship entirely. The Gray Rock method is not about becoming someone you're not or suppressing your emotions entirely. It's about protecting yourself from emotional harm while maintaining your authenticity. It's essential to remember that you're not responsible for the narcissist's feelings or reactions. You have the right to set boundaries, protect your well-being, and choose how you want to engage with others. While implementing the Gray Rock method, it's crucial to prioritize self-care. Engage in activities that bring you joy, surround yourself with supportive people, and seek professional help if needed. Remember, taking care of your emotional health is not selfish. It's essential for navigating challenging relationships and living a fulfilling life. One of the most common challenges people face when using the Gray Rock method is dealing with guilt. Narcissists are masters of manipulation and often use guilt as a tool to maintain control in relationships. They might try to make you feel bad for setting boundaries, accuse you of being cold or uncaring, or play the victim to evoke your sympathy. It's essential to remember that guilt is a powerful emotion that can easily cloud your judgment. Narcissists often exploit your empathy and compassion to manipulate you into doing what they want. When you start setting boundaries and detaching emotionally, they might try to make you feel guilty for prioritizing your own well-being. Don't fall into the guilt trap. Remind yourself that you have the right to protect yourself from emotional harm. Setting boundaries and prioritizing your own needs is not selfish. It's essential for maintaining your emotional health and well-being. Another challenge you might encounter is resistance from the narcissist. When you start implementing the gray rock method, the narcissist might initially intensify their efforts to get a reaction from you. They might become more demanding, critical, or manipulative in an attempt to regain control. This is a natural response to the shift in dynamics. The narcissist is used to getting their way and feeding off your emotional reactions. When you stop playing their games, they might try harder to provoke you, hoping to elicit the familiar responses. It's crucial to stay strong and resist the temptation to engage. Remember, the narcissist's behavior is a reflection of their own issues, not yours. Stay focused on your goal of detaching emotionally and protecting yourself from their toxic behavior. Consistency is key when using the gray rock method. It's natural to slip up occasionally, especially in the beginning. You might find yourself reacting emotionally or getting drawn into an argument. Don't beat yourself up if this happens. The important thing is to learn from your mistakes and keep practicing. Remember, the gray rock method is a skill that takes time and effort to master. Like any skill, the more you practice, the better you'll become at it. Visualize yourself as a sturdy, unyielding rock. No matter how strong the waves crash against you, you remain firm and unshaken. This visualization can help you stay grounded and consistent in your interactions with the narcissist. Dealing with a narcissist can be emotionally draining and isolating. It's essential to have a support system in place to help you navigate these challenging relationships. Talk to trusted friends, family members, or a therapist about what you're going through. Seeking professional guidance from a therapist experienced in dealing with narcissistic personality disorder can be incredibly beneficial. A therapist can provide you with valuable insights, coping strategies, and support as you implement the gray rock method and navigate the complexities of dealing with a narcissist. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. Millions of people around the world have experienced the challenges of dealing with narcissists. Reaching out for support and guidance can make a significant difference in your ability to cope with these challenging relationships and protect your emotional well-being. The gray rock method is not about changing the narcissist or winning a battle. It's about creating a safe haven for yourself, a space where their manipulative tactics lose their power. Imagine yourself as a serene island amidst a stormy sea. The waves of negativity may crash against your shores, but they cannot reach your inner peace. This haven is built on self-awareness, emotional detachment, and a firm commitment to prioritizing your own well-being. It's a space where you recognize your worth, set healthy boundaries, and refuse to allow the narcissist to dictate your emotions or define your sense of self. Remember, you are not responsible for the narcissist's behavior, but you are responsible for your own well-being. The gray rock method empowers you to take control of your emotional responses and navigate these challenging relationships with greater confidence and resilience. As you consistently implement the gray rock method, you'll likely notice a shift in the dynamics of your interactions with the narcissist. Their attempts to provoke, manipulate, or control you will gradually lose their effectiveness as you refuse to engage in their games. This shift in dynamics can be incredibly empowering. It signifies that you're breaking free from the narcissist's hold on your emotions and reclaiming your power. You're no longer allowing them to dictate your feelings or define your worth. This newfound sense of empowerment can extend beyond your interactions with the narcissist, positively impacting other areas of your life. You might find yourself setting healthier boundaries in other relationships, asserting your needs more effectively, and feeling more confident in your ability to handle challenging situations. Dealing with a narcissist can leave emotional scars, but it can also be a catalyst for profound personal growth. Learn valuable lessons about yourself, your boundaries, and your resilience. Implementing the Gray Rock method can be a journey of self-discovery and healing. Gain a deeper understanding of your emotional patterns, triggers, and strengths. Develop coping mechanisms, set healthy boundaries, and cultivate resilience. Celebrate your progress, and remember that healing takes time. Seek support from friends, family, or a therapist, and practice self-compassion.